Hi, my TikTokers and my tubies. Is your husband a bum? Good question. Let's talk about it. This is for educational purposes. Let's share this clip, and I'll be back with my commentary.
You're all familiar with the struggles of a single mom, right? They have to be the breadwinner and the homemaker. But what about those wives that are married to bums? I mean, that's like 10 times worse to me. You have to go out and work to pay the bills, and you have to come home, cook, clean, take care of the kids. What is he there for? It's not like he can even help you with anything like having kids, because men can't have kids, only women can. What's he there for? He's just an extra mouth to feed. Take him, drop him off at his mom's. Give her back her lemon of a child. He's not a man, okay? And a lot of you Middle Eastern women that have to deal with this, just for the record, this is not common in our culture. Our men are known for their generosity and their ability to hold the fort down, but some Middle Eastern women have to deal with this because the man still refuses to do housework. You don't need that. You're staying in the marriage for the sake of not having divorce by your name. There's nothing shameful about being divorced, and that is definitely not a reason to stay married. It's okay to kick him to the curb.
Now, my girlfriend and I, we usually have a debate in terms of this. You know, is your husband a bum? He refuses to. God knows half of them don't even work. And if they do, it's some mediocre job. I try to encourage women to deal with men who have careers opposed to jobs. Not saying that there's anything wrong with a job, it's honest work. At the same time, you have a lot of men who have a pimp mentality. They know how to get you. When you met them, they had a job, they had a job. And then once they feel they got you on the hook, then they quit the job and you're left footing the bill. They think they're slick, but they ain't that slick. No. With a career, you know, they invested years, and don't even deal with a man who hasn't been at their place of employment for at least 5 years. If he has a record of less than 5 years, he's not stable. He don't know how to stay put. He's all over the place. He's impulsive. No, less than 5 years, honey, can't be so bothered. No, don't waste my time or my energy. When it comes to these women, my friend and I, we debate. Men will only treat you based on what you permit them or what you allow. So she's always talking about how men don't want to act right. They need to be beat. They need to be beat them. And I have to tell her, so what should happen to women who don't act right? You know, she doesn't hold women accountable for anything. Because you see, if you want to get these men in check and you want to get them back on track, you know, God created a woman as a man's what? As his helper. You're supposed to help him be the best man that he can be. That's our job. Nurturing and to help this dude. You're not helping him anytime you put up with bad and poor behavior. You keep rewarding bad behavior and then you wonder why they don't change. Why would you change? I wouldn't change either if I was constantly being rewarded. Like she says here, is your man a bum? He's a bum because you permit him to be a bum. If he don't want to act right, live right, do right, he's out the door. Kick his behind to the curb. Like she said, ladies, it's okay to kick him to the curb. Like these women in these third world countries, they put up with so much crap. African women, they'll sit up here and work 2 and 3 jobs. And these Asian, Asian women, like these Indian women with these Muslims and all of this nonsense. Child, get real. Why do these women even bother getting married? Why, when you can do so much better flying solo and being single? Why do you want to get married? Just so you can say, hi, I'm married. Does that mean I have worth now? Do I have value? I need a man's validation, his acceptance, his approval. Why? See, this is the part where SheilaTruelove is so confused. Now, I understand about the male patriarchy and how they're going around brainwashing women, but come on. We have way too much information now. We have so many resources, so many support groups. There's no reason whatsoever for women to continue to put up with this bull. We're educated now, even though some of those poor women in the third world country, they're not even allowed to read. I had no idea, but Michelle Obama, she educated me on that. You know, she's traveled the world, and she said she couldn't believe it. She was like shocked. In some countries, women are still not allowed in education. Of course, they want to keep you dumb and stupid so they could take advantage of you. Just like in slavery time, they didn't want black people with an education. Why? So they could continue to manipulate, abuse, and take advantage of you. That's why I don't understand black men when they treat women badly, because they should know their history, even though I don't like to hang out in ancient history, you know, but they should know what it's like to be discriminated, treated badly because of your race or your color. Isn't it just as bad to treat someone badly because of their gender? Black men of all men should know how to treat people amazingly. They should. But like she says, honey, you know, I'm telling my girlfriend also, you know, if men should be beat, because in biblical times, you notice how it will say that men were beat for certain things that would happen, but you notice how it says women were put to death. Women were put to death, yeah, because to be honest with you, women, we have the power. We are a man's kryptonite, to be honest. We could make you or we could break you. You choose, son. It's up to you. Because we are your weakness. Don't have me make a list of all the men that women have brought down, honey. Because a woman is a man's weakness. And if they don't appreciate the goodness in you, he has to be reminded, look at me. Yeah, I am your kryptonite, sweetheart. I have the power to make or break you. You better believe that. So that's why women were put to death for when they screwed up. Men, they was probably disciplined, brought out, and they was flogged and beat. Women, you have the power to straighten these men up. They're not treating you properly, you shouldn't be with them. They shouldn't be there. And then you have some women who, they have to be, get down, royalty, get down, boy. Get down, Dick. That's my cat, my fur baby. I love him so. Anyway, we have the power to straighten these dudes up. Come on now. And you have women who are there afraid for their life because he may get violent. This is what I say about that. You wouldn't have to worry about that crap if you don't get yourself in it from the get-go. Let's think about the Delaney sisters. I don't know if you're familiar with the Delaney sisters. Just to show, and I don't mean to be all over the place, but just showing you how women wouldn't find themselves in these positions if they just leave these men alone. At the same time, no one wants to be alone. Everyone wants someone they can share their life with. And that's understandable because in Ecclesiastics, it makes it clear that two is better than one. When one falls, there's another one there to help get you up. When another person needs help, you always have that backup person who can help you. And that's a beautiful thing. And that just puts me in the mind of the Delaney sisters. The Delaney sisters lived to be 104 and 109 years of age. Do your research. Now, these were two sisters who were never married. They never had no man living in their house. And they lived to live a ripe old age. And they had a great life. Let me see what's the name of the Delaney sisters book. Hold on. Yeah, the name of their book is called Having Our Say. And then you have another one, the book On My Own at 107 years old. You could get them at Amazon. Now, these were women who never had no man around. Look at how old they got to be. You know? I'm not going to even say old. Look at how classic and how refined and how seasoned they got to be. Because they didn't have that additional stress, aggravation, a ball and chain, limiting them, telling them what they can do, what they can't do. No, they had no limits placed on them, baby. They had nothing but freedom, joy, lots and lots of peace, no stress freaking them out. And yet and still they had someone to share their life with, with each other. And I'm sure they had lots of friends and family who absolutely adored and loved them. So a man is not the be all to end all. And if you got a man who's a bum, why is he still in your household and in your life? You have the power over your life. And you don't have to be afraid. You see so many women out here living and doing it solo, flying on their own. And when it comes to protection, honey, I have cameras all throughout my house. And I have my protection around here. And then I also have nephews who are the Bloods. I have a brother. I have a son. I have that. So when it comes to protection, I'm good. Make sure you have family members who's going to have your back. Put cameras all throughout your house. Because I keep cameras in my house. Everywhere but the bathroom. Oh, and then in my guest room. Because I don't want no camera in my guest room because they might want to do whatever the hell they do. But anyway, be careful. And like I said, is your husband or your partner, is he a bum? And if he is, it's time to kick him to the curb. Let's listen to this beautiful lady yet again.
You're all familiar with the struggles of a single mom, right? They have to be the breadwinner and the homemaker. But what about those wives that are married to bums? I mean, that's like 10 times worse to me. You have to go out and work to pay the bills, and you have to come home, cook, clean, take care of the kids. What is he there for? It's not like he can even help you with anything like having kids, because men can't have kids, only women can. What's he there for? He's just an extra mouth to feed. Take him, drop him off at his mom's. Give her back her lemon of a child. He's not a man, okay? And a lot of you Middle Eastern women that have to deal with this, just for the record, this is not common in our culture. Our men are known for their generosity and their ability to hold the fort down, but some Middle Eastern women have to deal with this because the man still refuses to do housework. You don't need that. You're staying in the marriage for the sake of not having divorce by your name. There's nothing shameful about being divorced, and that is definitely not a reason to stay married. It's okay to kick him to the curb.
And there you have it, and I rest my case.